Good afternoon, everyone. May I have your attention, please? We are about to commence the APTPO Consortium Capacity Development Program 26. We kindly request all our guests and delegates to begin taking their seats. We have packed the agenda today centered on redefining placements in a skills-first economy. And we will want to miss your moment in this inaugural session. Thank you. A hearty welcome to the distinguished guests, industry leaders, sponsors, and all the TPOs of the APTPO Consortium CDP-2026. They say that while teachers open the doors to knowledge, it is the TPOs who opens the doors to the world. APTPO is more than just a collective, it is a unified voice of the career guidance across Andhra Pradesh. The CDP we began today is a laboratory where we step out of our offices to sharpen our talks. As we embark on this journey of redefining placements, let us begin by invoking the source of all knowledge. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. ఈ జ్ఞాన యజ్ఞాన్ని ప్రారంభించడానికి మన గౌరవనీయులైన అతిథులను జ్యోతి ప్రజ్వలన చేయవలసిందిగా వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాము. May I request APTPO Secretary Dr. Jagdish Sir, President Dr. Surendra Babu Sir, Principal of Lendi Dr. V.V. Ramareddy Sir, Secretary and Correspondent of Lendi Institute Mr. K. Shivramakrishna Sir, Vice Chairman Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology Mr. P. Srinivas Rao Sir, CEO Next Agent IA, Mr. Sri Nagveer sir, Ms. Rajeshri from TCS, our guest of honor, Mr. Sanjay Chittor, and our chief guest, Professor V.V. Subbarao Garu, to come on to the stage. May I request all the audience to raise once?
दीपं ज्योति परं ज्योति दीपं ज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदां द्वेषबुद्धिविनाशाय आत्मज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते आत्मज्योति प्रदीप्ताय ब्रह्मज्योति नमोस्तुते ब्रह्मज्योति प्रदीप्ताय गुरुज्योति नमोस्तुते।
Please be seated.
Thank you, Pooja and Amruta. Now I request all the guests to take seats in the gallery, please.
ఏమండి
Now presented to you a welcome dance by Kumari Yoshita and Kumari Kyati.
లేదు సరే ఇక్కడ తమ్మని తమ్మని ఆక్స్ సౌండ్ రావట్లేదు. శ్రీనివాస్ అక్కడ చెక్ చేశాను. పెట్టాను నిజాన్ని.
Swagatam Krishna, Sharanagatam Krishna. Swagatam Krishna, Sharanagatam Krishna. Madhura Muri Janana, Mriduvadana, Madhusudana, Swagatam Krishna, Sharanagatam Krishna. Madhura Muri Janana, Mriduvadana, Madhusudana, Swagatam Krishna, Sharanagatam Krishna. Madhura Muri Janana, Mriduvadana,
Commemorating the 150th year of Vande Mataram, I invite our student Mr. Sampath to render the full version of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's immortal anthem. A tribute to our national heritage, I request you all to stand in honor.
That's wonderful. May you all please raise.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Shubha Jyotsna पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् कोटि कोटि कंठ कल कल निनाद कराले कोटि कोटि भुजैर्धृत कर करवाले के बोले माँ तुम्ही अबले के बोले बहुबलधारिणी नमामि तारिणी रिपुदलवारिणी मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् तुमि विद्या तुमि धर्मा तुमि यदि तुमि मर्मा त्यं हि प्राणः शरीरे बहुते तुमि मा शक्ति हृदये तुमि मा भक्ति तोमर्ही प्रतिमा गणि मंदिरे मंदिरे वन्दे मातरम् त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरणधारिणी कमल कमल दल विहारिणी वाणी विद्या दायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलम् अमलाम् अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् श्यामलां सरलां सुस्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्
Thank you, Sampath.
ఇది యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్ ఇది చేస్తే సౌండ్ అయిపోతుంది.
Now we had a soul-stirring tribute by Mr. Sampath. He is one of the student of our Lendi and he is one of the finalists from the great singing program Padutha Thiyega. I first invite our respected principal sir, Dr. V.V. Ramareddy sir, onto the dais and honor the chair. I now invite our APTPO Secretary, Dr. Jagdish Garu, to come on to the dais and honor the chair. I request our APTPO President, Dr. Surendra Babu Garu, to occupy the chair. I invite our title sponsor, Mr. Sri Nagveer Hundavalli sir, to come on to the dais and take the seat of honor. Now, I welcome our enterprising guest of honor, Mr. Sanjay Chittor, CEO, Quantum Valley, to grace the stage and honor the chair.
Actually, I'm not CEO of Quantum Valley. I think you guys got wrong. Sridhar will be very upset. Sridhar from TCS is the CEO of Quantum Valley. I am founder CEO, Quantum AI Global.
Sorry, sir. And finally, it is my privilege to invite our eminent chief guest, Professor V.V. Subbarao Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of JNTGV, to come onto the stage and honor the chair. Thank you, sir. Now, may I request our Principal, Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Dr. V.V. Ramareddy, sir, to come on to the stage, to give his few enlightening words and address the gathering. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. V.V. Subbarao Garu, and our guest of honor, Sri C.H. Sanjay Garu from Quantum Global. I also extend my regards to APTPO President Dr. Surendra Babu garu. This is, I feel that it's a right time, it's a right gathering to discuss so many things. And another guest on the dais, our well-wisher from the beginning of our college, Sir Nagavir garu. So this is, I feel, the time to gather here to discuss various advanced things. All the students are having so many ambiguities in their minds. What is AI? How this AI impacts their opportunities? All these things elaborately, all eminent people discussing on this dais. It's really privilege to conduct this type of activity in our campus. And I thank AP TPO Consortium for choosing our Lindy College behalf of our management and all our student faculty. Just we are very happy to organize such type of event in our campus. Really, whether it is AI or coding or communication, whatever it is, but nowadays industry requires skills, not only knowledge. So imparting skills to the students, what are the various ways to choose, or all the training and placement officers also having very important role to guide students in a proper direction and to give guidance to managements also, how to plan, how to bridge the gap between industry and academia. This is an important event. That's my feeling. So I am very happy to invite all of you to this important meeting. And once again, I thank all the dignitaries on the dais and my management also, because without their support, without their encouragement, conducting such type of events impossible for us. Really, thank you very much, sir, for accepting our representation. Once again, I thank and welcome all of you to this great gathering. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the President APTPO Dr. Surendra Babu to deliver presidential speech.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, resource persons from the IT industry, from the different core sectors, my dear TPO friends, sponsors, press and media. Today, we are all here on a particular mission of APTPO Consortium, which is formed in 2014 with a brainchild of 4 to 5 TPOs, bringing together and working together for the progress of the placements of Andhra Pradesh. We, Vijay Marti Babu garu, Gudlavalleru, Sai Krishna garu, a few other TPOs has initiated this thing, and we have strongly originated from 2014 to till today with 238 members of the consortium and trend setting for the entire state of India, because by following us, there are a few people who have been taken the same initiative from Maharashtra, from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala, and all those things. The purpose of this APTPO consortium is to bring equal opportunities to the students of Andhra Pradesh, especially in a rapid changing dynamic situation of the skilling is a major concept where the industries are looking. Those days are gone where the candidate has just trained on the soft skills and aptitude, is able to crack a job and then place it in multinational companies. Now there is a lot of skill first economy. That is the theme of this particular CDP, which is the 6th edition, which is now hosted and officially launched at Lendi Institute of Technology with the kind approvals of the management of Lendi Institute of Technology. They are redefining the placements with the skill first economy is the theme in which we are all here to discuss on that particular theme and empower all our placement officers across India to make sure that the student is directed in a right direction and then skilled in a proper way to land in his dream job. It's not a job, it is clear what we are targeting. Especially this APTPO consortium has been initiating a lot of activities. We are continuously in touch with the corporate who are on the advisory board. We keep on doing a lot of activities via online and via virtual and via physical events with the help of the corporate and with the help of our beloved sponsors, where the latest changes in the technologies, the latest AI era is going to change the nature and transforming the job position of the particularly the training and placement officer. In this era, we need to upgrade ourselves to the latest technologies. In this connection, we always associated with the corporate and bring the corporate to our forum and then educate our students in the latest trends and technologies and make them employable from the day one. Now, in current scenario, the companies as required the job skills which have to be deployed into the projects from the day one. We don't have much time to recruit the students, train the students, and then depute into the projects. Now it is the era of deployment straight away to the companies from the day one in a billable resource. So in this connection, a lot of changes. Now our Honorable Chief Minister has announced the Quantum Valley in Amravati, and Vizag is the place which we choose because this is the most happening place of Andhra Pradesh where a lot of IT giants are able to start their campuses in Visakhapatnam. So this is the right time to get right exposure to our students with the proper guidance, with the proper scenario of taking the challenges of the industry and then implementing in the academia and then transforming them into ideas and then implementing in the software. These are all the ideas where we need to be nurtured. The next 3-day session, a lot of panel discussions in this particular theme has been designed, and the experts all traveled all over from India to have more of knowledge sharing sessions and some fun activities to be done in this particular these things where we all work together for the welfare of the students. With that team, APO-TPO Consortium is moving forward from its 17th year to 18th year with a 6th edition of APTPO Consortium Capacity Development Program. I once again thank Dr. Venkat, who has the director placements for the Gayatri Vidya Parishad, who has initiated this capacity development program concept for our consortium, because this is the area where bringing together, working together is a success of Andhra Pradesh Placement Officer Association. And we love to follow that trend for the next future years with the change of the topics. And this will definitely enable us to the tune to the industry requirements. We have the assessment vendors, we have the training vendors who have innovative thoughts on gamified learning. So it's all about learning the things in a different way. That is what the need of the hour. It is not about the education. It is not about the 90% or 80% or the first class candidates that what industry require. It is more of skill is required. And we have our SAP partners also with us for first time for our consortium, where certification is also play a very crucial role in the current job market scenario. What kind of certifications will have the highest demand? There is a topic on that, and this entire scenario will go for next 3 days with a lot of fun activities and all these things. I hope all my placement officers which have traveled all across India will have much more knowledge and gnan in these 2 days, and then take away some takeaways to their respective colleges and implement in the respective colleges, which finally results in talent Bharat of Andhra Pradesh. The majority of the IT giants are coming from Andhra Pradesh. We should keep that in mind and start that reputation to the next level and make sure that all the students are not only given a job, but our responsibility is to give a career with a flying colors. Jai Hind, thank you for the opportunity. I officially announce CDP 2026 launch at Lendi Institute of Technology with all your support and with a big round of applause.
Thank you for sharing your victories and vision of APTPO Consortium, sir. It is a distinct honor to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Sanjay Chittor, a visionary leader at the cutting edge of global innovation. As the founder and CEO of Quantum AI Global, he brings over a decade of specialized experience in commercializing disruptive technologies. We invite Mr. Sanjay Chittor, sir, to share his insights.
Dear guests on the dais, it's an honor sharing dais with you and APTPO members. So I'm an industry guy, and I've been thinking, what do I talk? I'm called here. For students, I can empower them, or I could teach them some quantum to them. Here we're talking about training officers, right? From different academia. So I was still a little confused on what to talk here on this dais, but I was talking to Mr. Undavalli a few minutes ago. So if I'm confused on not knowing what to talk for this particular audience, I decided I will kind of complain on you guys on a particular aspect which I was discussing with him, and also kind of clarify a few things around this quantum. Lately, a lot of you have been hearing what is this quantum, why everyone is singing this quantum songs. To start with, let me tell you, this quantum is very evolving and the latest technology. So far, whatever digitalization or technology advancements we got since quite a few decades of a regular computer all the way till this AI and robots, all whatever technology advancements we have, the humans were able to achieve, they are all result of computing and electronics. Even your biggest supercomputer is like bunch of computing skills with superficial electronics put together. Now, this quantum is physics and electronics. So far, all these years, we are only doing computing combined with electronics. But if you want to imagine what happens if you put physics and electronics, every possible phenomena so far which we thought a human can never achieve is going to be possible with this quantum technology. Quantum is all about physics and the basics of physics, which means for the audience, what this means is this is the beginning of science's evolution. In future, 5 years from now, engineering compared to MSCs and BSCs, MSCs would be weighed more than engineering. Take my word, this is the evolution. This started because in future, everything is and has to be quantum. There's no other option because quantum is so disruptive. It's such a powerful technology that there's no cyber security, even the most powerful cyber security, what Indian defense uses or what US defense uses, even those kind of encryptions could be broken using quantum in less than 5 minutes. We're talking about most powerful encryptions broken in less than 5 minutes. That's the power of quantum. Now, why am I saying quantum is future and everything has to be moved to quantum? Is nothing is safe anymore. Anyone can hack anything in the world if they have access to quantum as a technology. We're not talking about this quantum computer. Unfortunately, entire Andhra Pradesh is only talking about quantum computing, quantum computer. There's a lot more to quantum than just this quantum computer. There's quantum communications, quantum sensing, quantum particles. Unfortunately, Andhra Pradesh hasn't been focusing on the other aspects which are much more powerful, which I'm trying to talk to the government and try to influence some part of it. But it's not just quantum computer. There's a lot to quantum. And in one line on a closing note, I have quantum awareness sessions. I've done it in Siddhartha, Amrita, to so many colleges, GVP. So I could do the quantum awareness session to explain more about this quantum, but only in one line I'll tell you, it's so disruptive. If you guys think AI is powerful, AI is disruptive, you haven't seen anything. If you want to know quantum, if you see quantum, it's mind blowing. Some of the phenomena, as I said, simple phenomena. I don't know how many of you are technocrats here, but uh, quantum is found from confusion. It's not. It didn't come up from application. It came up into application via confusion. You know, how can something be a particle and also wave? This is quantum phenomena. How can two particles exist at two different places, one in US, one in India, and still be completely entangled with each other, which means anything happens here will reflect and happen there. So these are the phenomena only physics can solve. And now this kind of phenomena is coming into application to the real world. It's scary. It's really scary. Every fictional thing which was explained in our Puranas, where some Krishna is sitting in Dwaraka, he's coming and sitting, giving the sari here at some other place, possible with quantum. That's called entanglement. You know, that's coming to application. You know, people. That's what we do in our lab. These are the entanglement particles we do. And there's a phenomenon of someone disappearing here and appearing somewhere else, right? There's a concept called teleportation in quantum as a technology, very much possible. You can literally, using the entanglement and teleportation concepts in physics, you can literally move objects from one place to other without disturbing its physical property or dimensions or anything. Already a lot of research is going on. Quantum is into application. I strongly encourage each one of you to go back to your colleges and ask them to introduce quantum as a subject. Indian government has already mandated. I think each school or college, I should call college here, right? Each college, you are mandated to have one minor, one major in quantum. They have released the syllabus. So please go back to your colleges, talk to your people. And one thing what we are trying to do here is, we are one of those early companies in quantum. There are only 12 companies in quantum in India who have actually productized something in quantum, and we are one of them. Government of India had invested in us. The government of India, central government, they hold equity in our company for the innovations, whatever we do. So we are here to help. I will work with any one of you to help this quantum ecosystem to build. The best I could do is, though being a product-based commercial company, I have seen there's no many quantum resources available in the market. What we have done for ages is we only elevated all this engineering. We have hyped engineering people, but we never cared about the physics people. A BSc person who passes BSc and comes out, where are the jobs? You're talking about, I'll tell you, they get paid less than some of the drivers who are working, right? Now, we never try to empower them. We never try to see this is the difference between China and us. So I have enabled, as an industry, what I have done, we have something called quantum memory, which is India's first quantum memory, which is used in the defense applications. We are working with DRDOs and other people. And we have something called a quantum sensor, which is a quantum biosensor. It gives you the molecular level resolution of your heart without touching your body at all, right? That's the power of quantum. It goes by magnetic field, no electric field whatsoever, and the resolutions are to the molecular level. Every cell in your artery, what is the state and condition, you can tell by using quantum sensors. So we have built these products, and then I have realized I'm unable to find quantum resources. I have to go pick some nice resources, and I am training. I'm an industry guy, but I created a mini academia because I'm not finding people. So I didn't want to waste time on training people. So what I have done, I've taken the commercial products. They're all black boxes. I have downgraded them, made them white boxes, open boxes, and I'm giving it to academia to do experimentations on the real-time quantum products. We are talking about, which college wants quantum computer? Andhra Pradesh is singing songs on getting a quantum computer of IBM 128 qubit or something, which costs some 100 million. Guys, I'll give you a quantum computer simulator. which costs you only 5 lakhs. Each of your college can just have it. So we don't really need all those big things. All our commercial products don't look at academia. And I want each of you to build a quantum lab, use these products, really get the practical knowledge of quantum to evolve rather than this theoretical knowledge. If any of the engineering colleges are teaching cyber security as one of the engineering, computer science, cyber security, just scrap it. Every cyber security advancement we have achieved as of now are all null and void with quantum. So BSc science people, please enable science. And the one complaint what I I wanted to tell on the closing note is, even in the engineering, I think most of you are engineering colleges. In engineering, what you guys are doing is this computer science. Everyone is going after only computer science, right? What happens to this mechanicals and civils? Why all the campus interviews, most of them only come for IT people. There's artificial high. I don't. IT, we need people. Yeah, we are most advanced, but as a country, as a state, to achieve leadership, the entire ecosystem should be built. You're talking about AI, computer science, AI. Okay, some of the colleges have this Amrita. No, the AI GPUs, how much of electronics is there? How much of electrical work is there? How much of mechanical fabrication is there? So, if you relate the same example, if you want to achieve leadership in AI, for example, which we already lost the race, but if you want to, this whole ecosystem should be built. So one thing what I see in all other academias and IITs, not to degrade anyone, please do apologize. I'm not comparing. Every academia is superficial by their own way, but we are in collaboration with almost every IIT in India. There, if you see, I will only give you a hint. A mechanical guy also gets an equal paid job at campus. Electronics also gets paid. IT also gets paid. The same. Whereas what is happening in some of the other academias here is the ecosystem is not built. Some segment don't get jobs only. They come, they go, they join some computer course and come to IT. Some civil personnel, mechanical personnel. This way the ecosystem will not build. India lost the superconductor race. This is the reason to China. India lost AI race. This is the reason. India only won one race. We are good in computing. We're all about software computing. India's dominance still is not dominance. One of the top. We are still not the top like China in quite a few areas. That's because we neglect some part of ecosystem which contributes. So, having said this, I would like to conclude saying that even in quantum, people, there is a lot of myth. They are only calling computer science people for some of this quantum awareness session. No, quantum is always about physics and electronics. There is scope for mechanical people, there's scope for electronics people, there's scope for electrical and computer science. So, thank you guys. Thanks for the opportunity given to talk. Hope I didn't bore you much, but try and see if, as a placement officers, can we focus on this mechanical, civils, and all. Equally, can we get companies? There are companies who use all these things. Oh, sorry. Okay, classic example. I wanted to fabricate a mold, a single piece mold. I went to 10 different, 20 different agencies, including research institutes to academias to industry. Not a single guy was able to fabricate that one. All it takes is a 5-axis milling machine. Then I went and found out who all had 5-axis milling machine. In Hyderabad itself, I had 10 people, including the T-Works, which had milling machine 5-axis. I went and I asked, with a milling machine, can you fabricate this? They said, yes, on this machine we can fabricate, but we don't have operator. We don't have people who can operate this. This is where we stand in India. So let's all work towards the entire ecosystem growth. And as part of industry, we are here to help you whichever way possible. If academia, the resources, quality resources should come from there. And we are here to promote, help, get the quality resources while we are here to give them jobs. Just from Gayatri, Visakhapatnam, Gayatri College alone, so far in last last 3 years, 22 people came as interns and 11 people got permanent. Now some of them became leads also in last 3 years. So we are here to give opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for your insightful views and suggestions on quantum, sir. It's now my honor and privilege to introduce our chief guest for this momentous occasion, Professor V.V. Subbarao Garu, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of JNTU, a distinguished academician and a visionary administrator. I request Professor V.V. Subbarao Garu to share his insights to the gathering.
Good afternoon. President of the TPO's Consortium, Surendra Babu Garu, Secretary Jagdish Garu, Principal of the Lindy College, Ramareddy Garu, and Sri Nagavir Garu, Sanjay Chittori. Half the dais, Secretary Lindy College and other invitees, CEOs and TPOs and other guests. Very good afternoon. Welcome to this 3 days TPOs Consortium. At the outset, I congratulate the management of Lindy Engineering College for providing the platform for this event. And I also feel proud. The institution is under our JNTU GV jurisdiction. Yes, I'm feeling that it is JNTU GV is organizing this event. Yes, thank you and make me the part of this program. In our days, that is in 80s, no training and placements. Yeah, you need to want to get a job means either through newspaper advertisements or employment news only. That was the days were that. But in the present scenario, the concept and the technology and everything changed. Now the concept is the training and the placement officer. But he is the licensing officer between the industry and the institute. But whatever the changes are being taken place or advancements in the technology in the industry need to be shifted or transferred to the academic institutions. Then only academic curriculums will be designed basing on the industry needs. So what I feel, the training and placement officer plays a vital role in designing the curriculum. He also should be the member of the board of studies. I feel what I understood. So if a family comes up means mother has to educate first. Similarly, a training and placement officer has to train first to a institution has to come up means. Yes, this is my personal feeling. Here, this officer, training and placement officer, he has to build the network with the industries. Time to time, he has to get the advancements in the technology updates and future technologies which are in the research stage. Those things also he has to bring it to the in while the curriculum design. That is in board of studies meeting. He has to bring in. Then only the curriculums will be designed according the needs and suits of the industry. So, as most of us known that yes, there is a huge gap between the industry and the institutions. Yes, there are reasons. I don't want to go into the reasons why this gap and other things. But anyhow, but this training and placement officer has to train first. That is the capacity building of the training and placement. And yes, he has to drive the students for better placements, for the technology requirements, or the things you prepare these things so that you'll get the job in this area. Or the civil guy, you prepare these kind of, you learn these techniques or technology. Yes, you'll get the placement in related companies. Like you only the training and the placement officer only can tell all these things. And another thing, recently is JNTU Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Gurazada, Vijayanagaram. It's a young university, just a 3 years old university. In 22 January, it was established. So I am heading that university, and my objective is being a technological university, taking the technology to the common man with affordable price. Yes, that is the objective of our university, J2GB University. And with that motto, yes, I took the 2 months, 3 months back an initiative that yes, all student services should be done in 24 hours only. Means issuing the certificates of provisional, including the original degree also, we issues in 24 hours only. And not only that, recently J2GB launches the website for opportunities for unemployed youth. Yes, whoever they having the uh, qualifications and unemployed, yes, can register in the J2GB website. Yes, every month we'll review the applications received, and if they are capable to employable, yes, we'll place them and we'll send them to the suitable companies. And if they require skills, and J2GB is planning to offer the training also for enhancement of skills for readily employability. So the last month, 25th, we launched the web page. Yes, here our object is to make our Prime Minister's vision, Vikasit Bharat 2047, means all the institutions and the country, all organizations should become self-reliant. Self-reliant means yes, in all sectors, but in the training and placement officers, everyone has to work for that. It's not so easy to get and attain the self-reliance. So what I wanted to tell you is once again, I'm requesting all the training and placement officers, at least industry has to conduct the meetings at least once in a 6 months with all training and placement officers and their requirements and advancements in the taking place in the industry. That is one. And training and placement officers, in turn, they have to conduct once in 3 months, quarterly. They have to conduct the meetings with all the faculty and share the industry expectations and industry requirements to the faculty. Then only, yeah, this bridging of the gap between the institutions and industry can be fulfilled. Otherwise, institutions they are going on their own way, and industry they are looking for their skilled people. But it never happen. It never converge. Yes, and that is what we started in this regard also. We J2GB we started here. in principle, I can tell you the role of the teacher has minimized like anything because of the advancements and technology availability and accessibility to all common people and the students. So teacher role is as minimized. And what the concept based learning, earlier we used to do the concept based learning, but that learning is not at all required. Product based learning has to go inculcate and initiate in the institutions. Then only the candidates will be available and employable to the industry. Yes, in the all the students has to do projects, yes, and assignments. That kind of learning methodology to be implemented in the academic institutions. Yes, simply we are one theory is a theoretical subject, 4 periods in a week, 64 periods per semester. Many are not interested. Somehow we made them to sit in the classrooms. That is, I don't like it. And we also thought of reducing 50% of contact hours, remaining 50% for the projects and seminars and other things. Yes, the students have to do more of must have hands-on experience. Then only they'll get the opportunities. And other side, the industry uh, startups. Yes, they'll get more ideas. Their ideas transformed into reality or products. Then only the Vikasit Bharat 2047 dreams will be realized. Simply teaching, and my student got 10 out of 10. Those are useless, meaningless. Yeah, a student can do a good project, not a degree. Yes, he is having the career, he is having the bright future. He will be the part of the nation building. So, yes, everyone, training and placement officers, staff, everyone has to look for the practical approach or product based learning. So I think these sessions will be useful and fruitful sessions these 3 days, and hope in turn all these training and placement officers will educate the staff and the students at their institutions. And finally, for giving me this opportunity, I thank you the TPOs, AP TPOs organization and Lindy management. Thank you one and all. Wish you all the best. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for proposing the placement officers to a part of academic council and BOS, because they are in touch with the industry. Definitely, the inputs will definitely add value to the syllabus in making the curriculum industry ready. Thank you very much for the suggestion. We'll take it forward to our management levels and university level. You can please initiate that process with all the JNQs as well. And we, as training and placement officers, we have a placement officer from Maharashtra, Mr. Sheetal, and we have a president from this thing, and 7 states. We are all united together to make the TPO post also legal in AACT as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vivek Subbarao sir, for your impactful suggestions. As we have a very limited time of our chief guest, we would like to felicitate sir, and I request our vice chairman sir P. Srinivas Rao Garu and our secretary sir K. Shivaramakrishna sir to join the stage to felicitate our chief guest sir. And I request all the dignitaries on the stage to join the felicitation.
Requesting all the audience to join your hands
for felicitating our chief guest of the day, Professor V.V. Subbarao Garu.
Vocal for local.
Yesterday morning, sir told exactly 3 o'clock he has to leave for an official work to Kakinada. So I thank sir for gracing the occasion and make the event grand success as a chief guest.
Thank you. I'm sorry for visiting.
Actually, వీణ బాంసురి కాదు కావాలి. అచ్చా తెలుగు తెలుగు 15 రోజుల క్రితం ప్రకాష్ గారికి చెప్తున్నాను. ఈ సన్మానం జరిగేటప్పుడు డోలు సన్నాయి ఇది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి పెట్టుకోండి, అది ముగించాలి. అది
It is a distinct honor to introduce our title sponsor, Mr. Sri Nagve sir, the founder and CEO of NextGen AI. Mr. Nagve has been a patron of the APTPO Consortium for nearly a decade and a half. For 15 years, his unwavering support and strategic foresight have been the bedrock of our growth, sir. Your enduring commitment to the APTPO family is truly inspiring, and I invite you to the podium to share your thoughts and guide us into the new era.
Good morning to all respected members of APTPO Forum, the current President Sir, Mr. Surendra Babu Sir, Secretary Sir, Vice President Sir, the entire forum, and also the ex-President Dr. Venkat Sir, ex-President, ex-Secretary Vijay Mati Babu Sir, all the veterans from whom I have learned so many things over a period of time. And I still remember my journey for last more than a decade, what I have learned, what I have implemented to the community of Andhra Pradesh and beyond. Not just Andhra Pradesh, but beyond. It's a sequential learning process. I am very humbly thankful to you for the entire APTPO forum and the community. At the same time, my humble regards to our hosting institution, Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology, to host this event today here. Respected members on the dais, off the dais, Sri Suresh Naragaru. Thank you, sir. It's an very inspiring moments I spent last week with you. I would like to take some moments of that and explain. And Satyendra Garu, others, everybody, TCS ma'am, everybody off the dais, Shalil sir, Arup sir, Satish sir, and everybody here. So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for inviting. First of all, I would like to thank, and it's a true privilege to be associated for us with this forum. We have listened from the VC sir. Truly remarkable thing. When we talk about a TPO, Training and Placement Officer, there is no specific role-based training. They hit the roads, they learn from the industry veterans, they come back with all the learnings and they try to implement within the campus with the permission of the management, with the permission of the academic heads, by convincing students, by convincing parents. It's a lot of journey as a TPO. Right? I personally, because I am bridging some gap in this entire area, I personally feel this role is so very important for every institution to recognize these training and placement offices, the entire staff, to bring that industry expertise back to campus
as VC sir told, putting them as part of board of studies or academic councils. Very important point. I think that's one aspect. Secondly, if you see, I'll just try to share my experience, not just from next agent or from Triple C. I have my team who will be coming onto the dais and presenting the products or what we can think of doing to the students and this entire forum and the community to level up from what we are today to what we can be tomorrow. If you see a year back, maybe a decade back, I'll call Dr. Venkat sir. Like we used to have a discussions when there are a lot of jobs and students are not capable. There are a lot of discussions how we skill up students to meet those jobs. That's one angle when we look from an organization or a TPO. But when there are a lot of jobs which are being lost, I mean, when you have these entire jobs of demand is going down, what further we do and still manage or maintain the expectations of the industry and ensure that the students get placed. This is second aspect. So when we are talking about that, we will I will like to take some minutes and try to give my experiences. How many of you, I know everybody here is a training and placement officer. How many of you in this entire room think that somebody who is having a full stack developer role or a full stack DevOps role or a UI UX designer, UI UX developer or a backend API developer, are these roles going to exist? Can you raise your hand? How many of you think at least in next 2 years you have this demand? Can you raise your hand? Very honestly. Only 3 of you? Okay. In the interest of the entire auditorium here, I'll give an example. I shared my experience last week. When we had a GCC conclave, February 14th in Hyderabad, there are so many GCC leaders, India heads, global heads who have come, and we participated, exchanged so many things and ideas that are happening in this industry. One of the key takeaway is the entire edutech and the media and entertainment is going to merge in the AI era. How? I'll just give an example. If you want to make a movie, or you want to see a movie with your favorite hero, and you want to see a movie with your favorite heroine, and you want to see a movie with your favorite villain at a different location with a different theme, with a different background or a storyline, you just need to go back to your home. On your TV, just configure on with a prompt. This is what I wanted to look at. Go back, make your coffee, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, come back and sit, your movie is ready. What does that mean? The entire era of AI or the technology is trying to revolutionize based on your personalized needs. You're making a movie in no time or less time. So where is the role of an UI UX engineer? Where is the role of a DevOps engineer? Where is the role of a UI UX developer? Or any role that we speak today? Hope I'm clear, right? So the entire industry is heading into the direction of automation to autonomous state. And then in this era, if we have to make our children learn problem solving skills, make them teach technology, teach whatever the relevant skills that are given by the industry, and then make them ready for the job, underline in next another 12 months or maybe 15 months, 18 months, even those jobs are at stake. So the only way to come out of this situation is eventually learn. Every day you learn, skill up, again unlearn, skill up. This is the only way, right? So this is one side. If you see how the industry is heading, the entire development, IT development industry is heading to get automated stage to autonomous stage. If not now, in 6 months down the lane. If not in 6 months down the lane, 1 year down the lane. This is how it is heading. The second side of the story is you take, again, I'll take an example of, we had an association with some very good companies like Dr. Reddy's or good licenses companies, good pharma companies, good media and entertainment companies, insure tech, health tech. We had an association with them to form the cohorts and develop the children with use case based learning. So what's happening there? See, as of now, everybody is saying, okay, computer science, but you need to club the computer science along with domains. Computer science with pharma, computer science with life sciences, computer science with health tech, health or computer science with insurance. It is mandatory that we evolve as we progress so that we are up to date to what industry needs next 6 months or 1 year or 2 years down the line. Unless and until we skill up and scale up our student community on all these aspects of functionalities. I mean, it's not just computer science with all other domains. It can be law, legal, anything. Unless and until we equip them in these areas, we will not be able to position to really place them in the companies where it can be in big service tier companies or product based companies. Right? While AI is taking jobs, we need to work ourselves to ensure, okay, this is the demand of the future and we need to fulfill our students in that specific area. So how the core transformation is happening from learning to exams to degrees to job, it is more happening from learning to building to solving to creating. This is how it is happening. Again, in learning, it is not just learning, but it is also mentor-based learning, use case-based learning. At the same time, learn in the startup way. Because what's happening when somebody is coming on the dais and teaching from their perspective how the subject is going to be, rather it has to be reverse. The teacher who is going to come onto the dais and teach should only be the facilitator or the mentor to ensure and enable students to use the latest technologies like Notebook LM. Right? They can just create a notebook for the subject of their choice, scrap everything from the web, put it there, take videos, put it there, take PDFs, put it there, and just work on what is required for that respective subject. This is how we need to teach our students from traditional method to specialized learning. So this is the transformation that we are looking at. But at the same time, if you look from AI economy, that demands something very different, right? As we just spoke, it is trying to build solutions, it is trying to solve real problems, or it is going to create more value even before graduation. This is how the entire education is happening. And finally, before I leave this dais, I would like to share my experience. Last couple of months back, multiple times I have been to UAE. We had tie-ups with multiple corporate companies. We have tied up with multiple education institutions, and also we are working as we speak. What we learned is, I can say in 2 words, when we are trying to sell our product, sell our students to the corporates, they need students who are having good skill, but at the same time, students whom we can retain for longer time in the interest of the vision of the organization. Today, if you see Gen Z students, they are trying to just, they are trying to have 2 or 3 careers at the same time. At the same time, they want to involve in 2 or 3 careers. But what industries are looking at, they are also doing a psychometric analysis to ensure students are going to stay back in the same company for longer duration along with the skill. So this is the need of the hour. If we don't teach students that, okay, the industries are looking at psychometric analysis even before you go there so that you are retained in the company, we don't get jobs. Right? So this is what I want to tell. And finally, I wanted to close. I wanted to close with few notes. Our responsibility as educators, placement leaders, and the ecosystem builders is only to prepare, as we spoke, the students to the world. But at the same time, we need to leverage technology to empower humans. Right? We need to prepare our students today. It is not just to participate, it is to lead the startup way learning. So with this, I close my speech today, but I let my team, maybe next, I think in another 15 minutes, we have a session. The entire AI ecosystem, how we have created for educators, for students, for corporates, how we are creating value addition for each of these stakeholders so that we take them to the next level for what is required. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. P. Venkatesh, Honorary Advisor of APTPO Consortium, to give its future vision. Mr. Venkat from Gayatri Vidya Parishad, sir.
Suresh sir, Raghav sir, members of the TPO Consortium, President Surendra sir, Jagdish sir, and representatives from other states, TPO representatives and consortium members from other states. A very good evening. When it comes to the TPO and the TPO role and TPO Consortium, some sort of energy comes from so many people in this particular auditorium. In general, in specific, few people are very passionate about this particular profession. So when we are talking about the TPO role, what comes to our mind? So what TPO can do? Recently, I am listening one song, and my son is asking about something. So అమృతం తాగిన వాళ్ళు దేవుళ్ళు దేవతలు, అది కన్న బిడ్డలకి పంచేవాళ్ళే అమ్మా నాన్నలు. అలాంటి అమృతం లాంటిది ఏదైనా తాగితే, if some people will get jobs, immediately people, the TPOs goes there, dig whatever depth they want to dig it, steer whatever they want to steer, or maybe shake whatever they want to shake it, and bring that particular amrita and give it to the students instead of they are drinking it. That is the passion of the TPOs sitting here. So always what they do, if some opportunity comes, always they think how this opportunity I can share it to the share to my students. How I can take my students' social status to the next level? Because you know, in Andhra Pradesh, 65% of the students in so many reputed colleges are with fee reimbursement scheme. Out of that 65%, definitely more or less 90% of the genuine people, really a job in their family lifts their social status like anything. So from last 2 decades, maybe somebody is telling about 1980s, there is no role of TPO, but from last 2 decades, when this IT revolution, when Industry 3.0 picked up, so the TPO profession also picked up like anything. But initially, TPO is like a salesman. He used to go to the industry and he used to ask the dates of the industry, and he used to invite the students to the institutes to take part of the placements. But those days are gone away. Even one CRT program is enough to place all our students. No need of thinking about the technology, no need of thinking about the domain, no need of thinking about coding, no need of thinking about problem solving, no need of thinking about any skills what we are talking except communication skills. So in late 90s or early 2000, so if your students knows the communication, you are able to place the students wonderfully well. Then after 2008 recession, problem solving skills came into the picture. Until and unless students are with problem solving skills, it is very difficult to place them. Then third point came after 2014-15, when Nagavir team entered, the coding came, competitive coding came to the picture. So in all these shifts, TPO is part. When communication is the mantra, TPO is the part. When the problem solving is the mantra, TPO is part. When coding skills are the mantra, TPO is part. People are talking from last 1.5 hours, people are talking about quantum, people are talking about AI, people are talking about so many technologies. Even after 2-3 decades, when career guidance comes into the picture, TPO comes into the picture because TPO has done that job in last 2.5 decades when industry moving from 3.0 to 4.4 without any selfish goals. That's why when it comes to the work, TPOs work with hand, work with head, and work with heart. If anybody is doing the work with all the three, hand, head, heart, it will be known as a passion. Hand, it's a labor job. So head, it's a skill job. When you are doing with hand, head and heart, it comes to a passion. You are going to get a lot of job satisfaction. The people sitting in this auditorium to listen next to 2.5 days, whatever capacity development activities initiated by this TPO consortium to take that particular inputs and want to give it to the inputs in the institution to grow the students like anything and see the careers of the students with a lot of flying colors. So I want to give a salute to the passion of the TPOs sitting here. So you are really gem of guys here, right? And when I am observing TPOs, not only myself, I am observing some TPOs. I got one passion, one quality of the TPOs that is known as fortitude. That is known as a fortitude. What is fortitude? Fortitude is nothing but growing confidence in the adverse times, or meeting challenges in the adverse time. That is known as a fortitude. Simply, attitude with great gratitude is known as a fortitude. All the TPOs sitting here having that particular mentality because they are having a lot of good attitude. They don't shake if something comes to the industry next 2 months, 3 months, no placement, not at all a problem for them. They want to see the opportunities of the placing the students. At the same time, they are having a lot of gratitude towards the institutions they are working. So everyone is having a gratitude, but TPO is having a little bit more gratitude towards the institutions because they are the people who are in front of the industry. They are the brand ambassadors of the institution. So you ask them to travel, immediately they travel. You ask them to manage event, they are ready to manage event. You put whatever 64 skills required to run the organization, they are ready to learn that 64 skills and they are ready to give it to the institutions to place the students. Therefore, fortitude is a great attitude with gratitude. That is the quality TPOs are having. So maybe this example, this is not a Hebbian learning. So if anybody knows about the neural learning, this is not a practice, and practice makes man perfect. That is the thing. That quote came from when you are practicing and thinking about solving one problem, your neurons fight one with the other. So when neurons are fight one with other, automatically you are going to get an attitude called fortitude. So in sports, people give Dhyanchand example for this. When Dhyanchand started practicing hockey, there is no lights, and daytime he is a person who was working in the British Army, so he is not having time. So in the nights, no light to practice it. He used to wait for full moon day to practice to get that particular skill. He used to practice on a single railway track to masterize himself to control on the ball. Therefore, Dhyan Singh, as his name, changed it to Dhyan Chand. If that is the same applicable to the TPOs working here. TPOs are working day and night to get so many skills. So I want to put Venkat Suryachand, Surendra Suryachand, Vijay Marti Babu Suryachand. We should put that particular name because people working in this particular profession is having that fortitude skills. So these people wants to bring laurels not for themselves. These people wants to bring laurels for the institutions, bring jobs to the students. That is the passion these people are having. That the attitude they're having. When one more quality I'm seeing is a job dedication. Why I'm telling all these things about the TPOs, because most of the people knows about this passion, but I'm highlighting only few things. I'm not talking about the teamwork, smart work, network. All these are already known. So I am picking some sort of skills like fortitude, some sort of skills like passion, etc. So these people are very good in job dedication. So I know few placement officers. Even at that time, I'm telling about 15 years back, colleges are not providing the accommodation, proper accommodation to the TPOs to go and market or go and tell about our institutions. I know people used to go groups, and they used to stay in normal accommodation. They used to travel in autos, travel in at the time their own friend circle, etc. They are on the roads. Somebody is saying about hitting roads to get the opportunity. All these people sitting here hit so many roads to give the opportunities. Whatever we are talking about today, Andhra Pradesh or maybe Telangana, all states are enjoying the talent of entire state. That talent is nurtured by the people sitting here. I want to give a big round of applause to all the people sitting here for selfless attitude. And they are very good in one thing, learning. See, Sachin Tendulkar said one thing: if you are leaving a day with some expectation, coming back to the home with some experiences, your day is fruitful. I think in 24/7, 365 days, if you apply this principle to the people sitting here, all people lives every day with some expectation, and more times they are getting back with some experiences. So wonderful way of tuning to the learning, the things the people sitting here. So I want to talk about the TPOs and their qualities. See, people are telling tomorrow AI agent come, tomorrow something out of box comes. So what about the role of TPOs? Remember one thing: the moment you want to learn as quickly as possible, like what we are doing from the shifts of hiring from so many years, definitely I am telling you, we are having a lot of future. Even AI, their quantum is there, nothing is there. Thank you. So for that, so one more thing, what I want to tell is bringing better versions of the candidates. See, I know if people are placing with 5 lakhs job in 2009, we used to make a lot of noise. So senior people sitting here, they know very well. In any college, Yahoo R&D came and took for 6 lakhs. So we used to celebrate like thing. Today 50 lakhs job also nothing. So during the shift of the expectations of the parents and students also, TPOs are able to stand in front of that particular expectations because they want to bring better version of themselves every day. So that is another quality of the TPOs sitting here. So why I am talking emotionally about all the TPOs sitting here, this is the TPOs capacity development program. I am the person who brought this particular concept. So in earlier HR conclaves, entrepreneurship conclaves, or maybe conclaves related to some technologies used to happen, or maybe in some institutes FDP programs, SDP programs used to happen. So one fine day when I am traveling with Vijay Marti Babu, why can't we used to gather all the TPOs and all assessment partners, all training providers, and all HRs who wants to, all maybe all the industry representatives who want talent from our side. If we are able to bring all these people under one platform, we can definitely develop the capacity of the TPOs. So with that, in 2017, I think we started the CDP program. We are able to run 6th CDP program from Andhra Pradesh TPO Consortium. So to nurture and to develop, to learn and do things in this particular CDP development, in this capacity development program. That is the objective of this particular capacity development. So when it comes to the next 3 days, just I want to quote a few things. Recently, World Economic Forum released one survey. It is known as Future of Jobs Report 2025. Most of us having access to that particular report. This report is absolutely telling 170 million jobs will be created. Out of 170 million jobs, 92 million jobs will be transformed, most probably by upskilling. And each and every sector they given in detail and with percentages also what type of things. For example, they mentioned 5 sectors. They mentioned 5 areas: technological change, geoeconomic fragmentation, economic uncertainty, demographic shift, and green transition. These 5 areas are going to give 170 million new job roles. This 170 million, 92 million, we can upgrade the earlier skills and we can do it, but 78 million new skills we should impart to the labor who is coming, who is entering into this market. So this report, just I want to throw some light on this report. Now you can explore it. This report given wonderful things. 39% of existing skills will be transformed. 11% of the workforce is not ready to learn new skills. They want to leave. They don't want to take off a risk of uncertainty. So this report is given a very good picture, and this report given 15 job roles. Maybe Sanjay sir or maybe Nagavir may accept with me. So around 15 job roles they mentioned. One is big data specialist. Second one is fintech engineers. Third one is AI and machine learning specialist. Fourth one is software and application developers, UI and UX designers, IoT specialists. These roles, this report focus up to 2030 only. Beyond 2030, this report is not focused. From 2025 to 2030, what type of skills, what type of roles they are going to float, what type of skill set they are. This report wonderfully communicated so many things. I request you all, please go to that report. And these 3 days deliberations definitely focus some light on all these areas where we are not able to where we are not able to get. Definitely, the learning from these 3 days, I think, definitely useful for us. Probably focus on the new roles, new challenges, etc. After closing on day 3, definitely all the TPOs sitting here go back home with a lot of knowledge. What you can do, what you can, how you can guide, how you can be part of the total economic system. I always feel great in one aspect. People are telling so many things. So many people are claiming that 6 lakhs jobs every year. 6 lakhs engineers are placed every year in India. Just I started calculating how much GDP TPOs are contributing. How much GDP TPOs are contributing? Just I took my data from the GVP college, how many students we placed. In last 5 years, we placed 9,716 students with a national, with a GDP contribution of 500 crores. That means the pay package is varying from 3.5 lakhs to 50 lakhs. If you take average pay package of 3 lakhs, 6 lakhs jobs, 6 lakhs into 3 lakhs. So we are contributing 18,000 crores to the GDP. So out of the 6 lakhs jobs floated, definitely we can claim 3 lakhs jobs are guided by the TPOs like us only. So therefore, TPOs contribution to GDP is immense. You should be very great. We are part of this economic vehicle. People are talking about the economic engine, etc. We are the drivers of this economic engine. Maybe indirectly, no one recognizes, but we should recognize ourselves. You please applaud yourself, please pat on your shoulder and do the same work, continue the same work in future. And this 18,000 crores contribution, roughly what I come across, maybe if APTPO consortium or maybe other TPO consortiums comes together, and if we work on the synergy, we can create 30,000 crores contribution of the GDP by 2030. That is the target we are seeing as a TPO consortium to this entire economy. Can we do it? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. Yeah. So with one word, I want to close it. So this is a guiding factor for the consortiums. What is the guiding factor for the consortium? I always wish APTPO consortium grow, progress and success wonderfully well in coming years. Maybe the TPO consortium core committee should listen to this particular word, what I am saying carefully. So I said growth, I said progress, and I said also success. What is the difference between growth, success, and the growth, progress, and the success? Growth. Suppose TPO consortium is having 200 members, you make it 400 members, or you are having, you conducted 6 webinars, 10 workshops, 2 CDPs, etc. You are conducting 20, 30. Those are all materialistic that comes under the growth. No doubt in it. So your corpus raised from 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, that comes under the growth. What is progress? What is the difference between growth, progress, and success? If growth is aided by ethics, discipline, honesty, and norms, if your growth is supported by ethics, if no one is criticizing your growth is aided by ethics, discipline, honesty, and norms, I am telling you, not only you are growing, you are progressing. Then what is success? If your progress and growth is associated with maturity, humanity, and spirituality, that is known as success. I want to see APTPO Consortium grow, progress, and success with lot of humanity, and because so many unemployed youth are seeing us, so many people who wants to elevate social status is seeing us, so many people who wants to develop career as a TPO Consortium is seeing the TPOs as seeing this consortium as a role model. I want you people take those considerations, those expectations into consideration, and you should progress wonderfully well. With this, I want to wish all the best for the organizers. I want to thank Lendi management. I know the turbulences you face, I know the troubles you face, I know the tough time you face, but your institution is an example for so many people for fortitude, attitude. Thank you very much for hosting this particular event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The points are well noted. I request Dr. P. Venkat to stay on the dais to felicitate Nagaveer, sir. First, who is the supporter of our the entire EDP for 15 years. I request principal sir also to join on behalf of Lady. Sir Cheppinattu, the first word comes from the mind of once we done the CPD. Sir, we are the title sponsors. No other compromise on this. Sir is supporting in all the areas, not only sponsorship but also in the knowledge sharing and everything. I request to offer our felicitation from the principal. I request Marty Babgar also to join the stage with a big round of applause. This is a great moment for all of us to have people like Nagaveer sir, who is the guiding force of the industry, latest trends and technologies and updatement. Maharaja Poshaklu. Thank you, Nagaveer sir, for your continuous support. Looking forward for the future and viewers. It's my pleasure to felicitate the guest of honor, Sanjay sir, to come on to the dais and offer our felicitation from APTPO Consortium. Request Venkat sir, Marty sir, and principal sir. Thank you, sir. Please. A small request to all the TPOs. There is a Google form floated in your WhatsApp group. Take a couple of minutes immediately before the sponsor presentation talks, the title. Please fill this form immediately. Please open the APTPO Consortium group, fill the form immediately. Thank you, Sanjay sir.
Now, may I now request Mr. Pradeep Lavanya, sir, co-founder and director, Walking Tree Technologies, to share few insights about today's theme.
Hello, everyone. I think a lot has already been said, and most of it has already been covered. So, not much to add to it. Maybe I can reiterate a few points, but first of all, thanks to all the organizers and everyone here to give me this opportunity to come over and talk. And I represent Walkie Technologies, I represent the industry, I'm into IT, and I've been doing business for last 17 plus years. I've been into the industry with my corporate jobs plus the work that I've done in business for more than 25 years now. And like it has been said, I think over the years, I would have worked with some 1,500 to 2,000 young engineers that we would have hired over the last 17 years, trained, and they are, they're not in Walking Tree right now, but they are wherever they are. So I've seen this whole generational shift in the last 25 years, and what I see, let's say this is the first time I'm attending an event where I see TPOs officially. I knew there's a training and placement department in colleges, but when I graduated, I really did not get a chance. I mean, there was no formal TPO there, but great to see this association, great to see this effort, and it's remarkable to see like what kind of backend support is available to the students today. And I think you know as the times are changing, uh, and this whole event that I see here and the plans for the next 3 days, it's the way it is aligned with the changing times. Absolutely necessary. Along with that, I think it's absolutely remarkable that it is so proactively being planned and executed. So I think all I can talk about is from the industry standpoint the changes that are coming in. We have talked about quantum, we have talked about AI. I think those changes are real in my view. A lot of transformational, fundamental, structural changes are going to happen in the industry. The skills that have been required for last 2 decades, or let's say, and the kind of skills that are probably become more important going forward, there's going to be a transformational change. So the education has to transform a little bit. Uh, the mindset has to transform a little bit, and of course, let's say the training that are provided or the skills that are provided to students would make a big difference. So one small example, I read the memes that we get nowadays. I saw a meme that said earlier it used to be like show me the code, talk is commodity. So it was like anybody can talk, but show me the code. Let's say this is what the case was when we started, it was 25 years back when we started our career. But today, the reality is talk to me, code is commodity. So anybody can code, but who can talk? Who can converse with the business, explain the problem, and express the solution? So that is something I think which is a fundamental change. It's like from a employment, from a fitment standpoint, there has to be a fundamental mindset change in people who are about to enter the industry or who are entering the industry now. And I think we have the institutions here, we have the TPOs here, we have the industry here. I can clearly say that over the years, the learning curriculums, the academics have been more structured. It is uniform across the board. If there is a department, the curriculum, the learning is the same for everyone in that department. I think that needs to be really become more and more personalized, because when we say economy of skills, it's basically individual skills that is coming into play. That's what we are talking about now. So the learning, the courses that run multiple years, they need to be structured for each individual, and it is not easy. I mean, go back 4 or 5 years, probably it was very difficult to achieve. But I think the technology that is changing, the AI capabilities that are coming into the ecosystem now, they should be leveraged even in the, like we talked about the edutech, they should be leveraged to structure, restructure, and personalize to build the right skills in every individual. Because the difference between the education and skills is that, let's say, education can be given, same education, concepts, principles could be taught to same, to all individuals at the same level, but they all build different skills out of the same education. So now we are talking about the skills, so they have to, even the education has to be more and more personalized. That's what I can say. We have talked about all the streams of engineering. I think, in my view, what is happening is, let's say, maybe 5 years down, engineering and technology would be the main business that would stay. So today we talk about legal, compliances, risk, banking, automobile, manufacturing, all these are healthcare, all these are different businesses. But in my view, as time goes by, technology and engineering would be the main business that will be driving all of the businesses. I, in my experience in last 1 year, can already see the legal and compliance and risk assessment already running through technology. I mean, it used to run through accountants, through lawyers, and through a lot of consulting firms. But all of, most wide impact, I can see that technology, the AI technologies are already making there. So, what probably was a job of 3 months for 10 lawyers is probably an AI agent can do it in less than a week today. So that's the transformation that is happening. It's real. I've witnessed it. That's the area that we work in. So it's coming. We already see cars which are self-drive, autonomous driving cars. So the drivers are being automated, or let's say AI is able to do that part of the job. The drones are there. Autonomous drones are happening already. I mean, so a lot of warfare is being leveraging AI. So things are happening. I think as we see this transformation happening, 5, 7, 10 years maybe, but the primary business in the industry would be engineering and technology, and every business would be driven by these people. So, and we are in the process. I think we are starting an institute where we are building a lot of engineers. So, building them right is the only thing that is left out. My last point is, let's say, we talked about the cyclic evolution of education. So at one point, it used to be more theoretical. You appear for exams, you get grades, and you get a job, and that's your career. Then it became more technical. That it's like a science degree might not be just enough. You probably need to have more technical qualifications. Then it became more logical. That until you can solve problems, you can think logically, you can provide logical explanation to things. It's not going to cut it. And I think we are at a point where it has become more analytical as of today. If you do not have the critical thinking, analytical thinking, and you cannot work on analytical solutions, probably that's not going to cut it. As further technology advancement happens, in my assessment, I think until and unless all of these combine plus an entrepreneurial thinking, it's not going to cut it until and unless every professional, every graduate, every youth really starts thinking entrepreneurial. Whether you are, there's a dictionary difference between a job and an entrepreneur. I think every job would require an entrepreneur. So this differentiation will change, and an entrepreneur, a head of business, would just be probably an additional responsibility of managing and running the business, but everyone who works in any business have to have that entrepreneurial skill. So teaching that becomes, we start building that as a culture in people. That takes a shape maybe in next few years. That becomes a differentiator. And connected to that is, let's say, today we are talking about as a nation, of course, academics and the whole academia and everyone associated with that. It has been, teachers are the ones who form the nation and the future of the nation. So academia has a lot of bigger responsibility, no doubt about it. We are already talking about the demographic advantage of the country. I guess put all of this together, what I just talked about, I think the success of that demographic advantage is totally dependent on the people or the lives of people sitting in this room. You know, the TPOs that we're talking about, the academia and all the visionaries who are talking about it. So with that, I would say, you know, this is a great event. I'm so thankful I witnessed it. I've been, you know, it's like first of my event of this sort. So thanks for having me here, Raj, and I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, sir. Now, may I request Mr. Rakesh Biswal, co-founder, CVO, RAM, to share his views on today's theme.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are with me. So great. So after having such a delicious lunch for me, you know, standing at one position or sitting at one position was difficult. So I thought, you know, I'll take the mic and speak. So again, the topic and the audience are just out of syllabus for me. I'm, you know, addressing the TPOs for the first time. I have always been used to address students, employees, and you know, technocrats basically. So for TPOs, when Madhuri madam told me that, you know, your target audience are going to be TPOs, and the topic is redefining placement in the skill first economy, right? So I thought what to speak on this. On the lighter note, I would say, you know, we always thought that it was always a skill first economy. It's a different matter that we never found skills, but it was, you know, we always went ahead with the skill first thing, you know. But because of the absence of skills, things like degree first, you know, marks first, percentage first, you know, appear. But yes, in the skill first economy, what we need to know as TPOs and everyone, right? Are we really valuing the skills? This is the primary question, you know. And again, I am not prepared for this session, so you know, I may go unstructured. I have tried to jot few notes, you know, in my mind. Let me see, you know, if I can structure them properly. So I will provide some food for thoughts for the TPOs, right? So in a skill first economy, are we valuing skills? Maybe not. Because when we market our colleges, right, we talk about how many people got, how many lakhs per annum, right, how many got placed. But where are the skills? Do we talk about, you know, having high-end labs, you know, state-of-the-art facilities? Do we ever talk about this? We never, right? So our, you know, we have always valued the numbers, the things that sell actually. But you know, we talk a lot about skills, but hardly emphasize on this. So this is one food for thought. And second thing is, you know, we always approach industry for placements. Have we ever approached industries to figure out, you know, what they need? Can we, you know, bridge that gap by training our students? So if we you know often reach out to industries for this purpose, I think we are on the right way, and that is what we should be emphasizing on, right? And I feel that in this, you know, in the skill first economy, I see that the TPOs act more as a placement coordinators, right? Placement, they are mostly concerned with the placements, but their actual concern should be on employability. Do we really ensure that our students are employable? That's a big question mark, because most of the CEOs have told that, you know, in India, hardly 20 to 25% people are employable, and that should be a big concern for all of us, right? So, to achieve this employability, I would suggest that, you know, the TPOs and the colleges should create an ecosystem. I think this is a good part of it, where, you know, industry experts have been invited, but an ecosystem has to be there where, you know, you invite industries, you invite academia, you invite students, where they can all come forward and see to it that how we can do or how we can prepare students for the future. Can we bridge the gap for industry bonds and what actually the institutions provide? Okay. So I think this session is a good step forward towards that, and I think we need to have more such sessions, more such brainstorming sessions where everyone gets an opportunity to contribute to see where we can take our country, take our institutions. Are we when the government's vision is to have a developed economy by 2047 or a developed country by 2047, are we really putting all our efforts towards that? Are we focused on that? Are we doing what we are supposed to do? So these are few of the questions that that can act as food for thought. With this, I would like to thank all of you and end my session over here. Thank you. Thanks.
Now, thank you so much, sir. Now, I request Mr. Satyendra Paslapodis from Chat for Red to share his few insightful thoughts about today's theme, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Satyendra here. I've been in the industry for the last 26 years, and my association with Lendi goes back 10 years. So one quick question I had when I was talking, I recruited many people from Lendi and so other colleges and all. There is some concept called pooled campus, and I was not aware that the success of the pooled campus, this particular consortium is behind. I was thinking what they will get it when they are getting an opportunity to other college and all. But for as an academic or as an CEOs of the organization or MDs of the organization, it becomes our job easy because we don't need to go for the talent across multiple colleges to identify it. So I really love the pool campus, and now first time I'm seeing this the Andhra Pradesh Training and Placement Consortium is the reason behind how the Together We Progress is the name. So what I wanted to talk about is your role is very, very important because as an entrepreneur or as an organizations, when we start our own organizations, the first and foremost thing that gives us the satisfaction is not the money, but the employment generation, what we generate within our organizations. Like we are responsible for those families and all. And for us, it's only a limited, but for the TPOs, it is an unlimited happiness because you are the real people who are responsible for generating the employment across many, many, many years when you are placing that role. So kudos to all of you. The other important thing I want to just talk about is the pace at which the technology is progressing. It was earlier the COBOL and those areas when I started my career way back in 98 and all, Fortran and all those things. But again, I'm lucky to have got into an RDBMS side of the story, then infrastructure, then the cloud, then AI. But the rate at which the things are changing, for example, the client server technologies was like you can consider as a 10 years, then we have cloud as like 5 years, and AI is 1 year, and quantum will be another 6 months, everything will be changing. But one thing I wanted to tell you guys is the jobs are displaced. Definitely the jobs are displaced. I'm not saying that, but again, what kind of jobs are displaced is basically with the agents coming into picture, the mundane jobs are getting replaced, but not the complete things. And when we talk about enterprises are like the mangrove forest. Even the tsunami comes, it will be neutralized by the mangrove forest. So it takes time. For example, the LLMs which we're talking about today, the large language models, where we have seen in the last 4 years when the ChatGPT announced their first GPT model and all, and then we talk about Gemini, then we talk about Anthropic Cloud and all those things. Really, it changed the way we think, way we do the things, and it has given opportunity for an enterprise people like us. Now we are creating separate AI teams to counter what we sell, how do we sell, what cater to the market, what we are trying to do. So we're creating separate jobs to and change our strategies of like in the services sector. For example, if you are selling something, so if this AI, how do we sell, how do we create, how do we make more money, how do we ensure that our problems are getting solved for the customers. So definitely there is an opportunity where we are going to increase the pace at which we are recruiting and going and hitting the market. So we are going to do the jobs. But one thing from your point of view, what I want to tell you is, definitely the industry is changing. There is one company, normally when we call it as the unicorns, so unicorns are like billion-dollar companies and all when we talk about, and that will be like 30,000 employees, 1 lakh employees and all those things, those are the unicorns we call it as. But with AI, one example I want to quote here is, there is a company in California called Cobalt Metals. So it's basically a metallic company. So what they've done it is, when you do a mining, the metallurgy and mining and all those things, they have become unicorn with 150 people, and just 150 people. So the example I'm going to do it is, the regular way of mining with drilling and all those things, rather than they did differently. And if I look at the constituents of 150 people and how a cobalt metals have become a unicorn, in that there are 50 people of the geologist who knows where exactly you can mine and find the minerals or petroleum and all those things. The 50 people out of 150 are the software engineers, and another 50 people are the AI engineers, because they are using AI algorithms to mine and all. So the example what I am trying to give you people is, with cobalt metals becoming a unicorn, it means that AI jobs are being created within that particular company, which was not the case. AI jobs are more for, normally when you look at it, you will say, okay, there is a mechanical people, we'll place it in the mechanical, electrical people, those things. But with AI pitching in and AI, everywhere people are talking about AI, your roles as a TPO is enhanced. What I'm saying is, rather than going for the institutions like us, like the technology institutions or Infosys or the TCS of the world, you can also sell your AI people, AI trained people onto the end users. For example, pharmaceutical industry needs more of the AI engineers to do the research, just like the cobalt metals which I was talking about, they also needs to do that. So it's a continuous process, and what we are just seeing in the AI point of view, we are only scratched the surface, because what we are seeing right now is every organization will have their own large language model. They will have their own things. For example, we at our organization started creating or coined a word called enterprise digital brain. What? Because we are talking about agents doing some XYZ activities. So in order to that agents to perform like humans, we need to empower them with the knowledge of the organization. So that is where the lot of things are going on the LLM sides. That's where you see Claude came into picture, Claude agents came into picture, Anthropic has started, ChatGPT and all. But now the world is again thinking, when you talk about these LLMs, large language models, these are basically generative AI. When you say generative AI, they predict the next step, and that's where the coding becomes easy and all. But now Meta, who is Facebook's organization, Meta, has recently launched a white paper, and they are talking about the new world called LNJEAP. So what exactly it means is, the neural networks or the neural things, they're talking about joint addictive architecture, which is the new architecture they are coining the word. So it's called the JEPA, LNJEPA. So that is a new model. They are thinking like the large language models what we are seeing today are only solving some problems, but if a human being looking at this particular auditorium or whatever it is trying to visualize, so that's where the JEPA is a new architecture they are coming out with. LLMs are not going to be replaced, but LLMs are going to be powered with this particular LN JEPA architecture. So that's a new concept which is just coined 2 months old. and now there is a research going on. So these things will be there, these particular problems will be there, the new things will come, so it will have their own impact, and there is a human resources needs to implement those particular things, and that's where our the jobs will be created. The only thing is that some jobs will be disposed, or some of them things will be migrated, but continuous learning is the one which we normally talk about. So I just want to conclude here saying that jobs are going to be there. The only thing is we need to look for where these jobs will help. And from your role point of view, the continuous learning, continuous training on the latest technologies. Last week I was there in the Lendi only when they had a hackathon. We were surprised. We were evaluating most of the hackathons, and then we were very much excited because the second year student or third year students are coming to close to industry technologies, and they have created in 48 hours. They could able to create and showcase the complete innovative products to us, and even the cash prize went up to 1 lakh, where they were thinking of how do we use quantum into those particular aspects. And also thanks to the Lendi college and others to organize this kind of hackathons. So that is where the industry looking for when we talk about, when we want to, so that we don't need to train them. They're already trained with the things. We just you give them the use case what industry needs, and they will make wonders. So thank you, Lendi, and then the entire consortium for giving me an opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I request our principal, sir, secretary, sir, and vice chairman, sir, to join the stage to felicitate some of our esteemed guests from the industry, sir. Now, may I request Mr. Satyendra, sir, to come onto the stage and accept our felicitations, sir. Now, may I request Mr. Rakesh Biswal, sir, to come onto the stage and accept our felicitation.
Thank you, sir.
Now I request Mr. Suresh Narra, sir, DC Head, Infosys Vizag, to share some of his thoughts about today's theme, sir.
Thanks for inviting me here. This is the third year that I'm consecutively participating in this APTPO Consortium meeting. So I'm not new, I'm part of your family. So all of the speakers spoke about how job employment and others, and how PPO are part of getting jobs and increasing the GDP of the country. So I would talk more on my journey and how the transformation happened and how PPOs can transform themselves based on this. I started my career in '99. Y2K was big then. So I started my training on mainframes, then onto COBOL programming. To write a small outcome from a COBOL programming, I was supposed to write around 400 to 500 lines of program. And then Y2K happened and everyone was frightened that all computers move out of the system and we'll have to do again back to the manual thing. But the transformation happened and everything got fixed. And then came till then they were called computer engineers only till then. Then came the software engineers. So how do they do programming? On what technology? Then it became a technology persist. And then the client server architecture came up, how you learn your Java, .NET and other things. That went on for 10 years and then the industry transformed from software engineers to the systems engineers. So software engineer was writing programs or building applications. Now the systems engineers were thinking of how to solve problems. So technology was not an important part of it. It's how you solve a problem and how efficient your applications run. So that's where the transformation happened in 2010, and then we moved into from the client server architecture into the 15, 16. We spoke about big data, we spoke about cloud computing and other things. So now, after problem solvers and everything, we were thinking of how we can move into cloud and how data can help us. Today, in 25-26, we are moving into an era from software engineers to the prompt engineers. And earlier we were looking at problem solvers. Now we are looking at people, students who could be a problem identifier rather than a solver. So they need to identify a problem before the problem occurs, come up with a solution and fix it before the problem. And no one knows whether the problem occurred or not. So that is the generation that we are in today. And how do we make sure that our students are ready to take it up is what that industry help that you wanted. We are there to support that and how we do. For example, to be live, we have, I work for a client called Adidas. They have around 5,980 odd stores across the globe. Today, my engineers can predict which part of the point of sale machine can go faulty 3 hours in advance and call the store and tell them that this part of the point of sale could go wrong. Please fix it. And then, so that the 0%, 0 second downtime of the stores are maintained. So we are predicting what could go wrong and in future and fixing it now itself. So now even this, there's a human intervention. We are calling the stores and telling. The next step that we are going to do and we have started implemented on a pilot phase is we don't even call. The system automatically fixes, ensures if there's any hardware problem, it raises a ticket to the hardware management company and they come fix it and then it's done. Who raised that ticket to hardware company? Who has raised it? No one knows. The system does that now. And that's how the industry is transforming. And if our students can think and predict what's happening and then come up with a solution before it occurs, that's the level of expectation the industry has. Yes. So now, how do we manage it? At the end of the day, everything at the bottom layer, right from the COBOL of mainframe that I started to the ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude that I'm using today, the underlying layer, what it is analytical skills, logical thinking, and how to identify a problem and come up with an efficient solution. These are the skills that are underlying. Whether I use COBOL, I use Java, .NET, or any other technology does not matter. Unless we don't have this base, the student cannot transform into be part of the corporate world. So the base has to be built, has to be nurtured, and this analytical skill you cannot teach them. It has to come within. And from the childhood, they learn those analytical skills. And if you look at today's students, right, even if they don't want to do a small mathematics, they need small addition or subtraction, they need the mobile phone in their hands. They'll have to do the calculator. So we'll have to change that. How do you do from your first year of engineering? See them that basic calculations happen by hand, not by the calculator, and think how we can transform them. That's the big challenge that we have today. And hopefully, and they are smart enough to do things faster. Industry is transforming. When we hired some 40,000 freshers last year, with the X amount of salary that we are going to pay them, the same X will be doubled, but we will only have 15,000 this year. So the industry is moving from quantity hiring to a quality hiring. How do we transform our students to get that quality that they have and fight for that limited job that they have, right? So that's the challenge. And if they have this basic knowledge, underlying current of analytical, logical thinking and presentation skills, that's where the rest all will be taken care. So thanks for being part of this and inviting me for this opportunity. We'll also be part of this when and where you want me to come and join. Thank you for this. And one thing is, you are the face of the student. It's not face of the organization. You are the face of the student. The TPOs are the face of the students. If I talk to any TPO, I can assess what the quality of student we have in their college. So that's how industry experts relate and talk about the college, right? So for you to be smart, for your students to be smart, you should be smart. So that's where whatever knowledge you present to the students, to the industry, they take that your students are also at that level. So you are the face, you are the heart, you are the head and toe for the students to get placed. And thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I request Suresh sir to accept a small felicitation on behalf of our side. Now I request all the dignitaries of the dais to join the stage for felicitating Suresh Nara sir.
We will break for a 10 minutes coffee break, tea break. After that, we have our title sponsor presentation, followed by panel discussion. With this, we end the day one of today's. After 6:30, you have to visit the stalls, and then we'll move to Casa Beachfront Bimili, where we have a gala